Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, and I'm back for you with another video on immigration to the United States, specifically for foreign trained. Today we're going to discuss student visas and everything that student visas entail. First of all, if you have missed my first video about the general process overview, that will be linked somewhere on the screen, so you can go and check that out. Also, the link will be in the description if that's easier for you. But that basically was a video that described the entire process of all of the visas you require for immigration. And now we're going to talk specifically about the student visas. Student visa is kind of where we see ourselves moving towards. It's kind of the dream of, you know, getting admitted to the university and getting that student visa, which allows us to stay in the United States for a long term. This is the very first visa that would allow that. This is a series of videos. This is video number 2 of 5 that describes the entire process of immigration from your home country, where you sit right now and work as a general or wherever kind of dentist and dream about moving to the United States and becoming a famous dentist and making $1 million. How to get from point A to point B. We're discussing in here, and we're discussing how to do it legally. No breaking rules or any kind of that, because my husband is an immigration lawyer. He went to law school, got his bar license, all that kind of stuff. So he helps people immigrate to the United States legally. And believe me, there are a lot of issues with that process. I had to sue American government because they forgot about me, kind of. So a lot of things go into immigration. So please don't think that it's super easy to waltz in the country and stay here forever. It is not the case. So basically, if you need a lawyer, I have one. Now we're going to talk about the student visas. The entire process explained. So first of all, when you get accepted to the school will have to file for you and get a student visa. Usually it takes not as long as tourist visa would. You would go through a separate process, even if your embassy is super busy with tourist visas and doesn't have spaces for you. Before the start of your program, they would have to clear your visa. So they do hurry up on that. So don't worry if you kind of think that you will not have time before the start of your program to receive a visa. They will take care of that. Student visas are usually simple because schools usually have separate departments that take care of visas for students. If the school gives out a visa, you will be covered. You will be okay. They will know what to do. There will be a lot of counseling on that. Plus, if you have a different kind of visa that you're in the United States for now, there is a way to adjust your status to student visa. So that shouldn't be a problem for you. Again, they will help you out with that. They don't usually have lawyers on site. And if your situation is kind of complicated and they don't know, you know, it's not clear cut, they haven't dealt with that before, they may require you to get a lawyer and you to pay for it. They will not help you out with that because they will not want to spend any money on you, because they would rather not accept you and take somebody else whose situation is simpler. So they will kind of boot you out if that's the case. So definitely get a lawyer and get your consultation before you apply or before you get in, so you know what your chances are. So how do you get a student visa? The school, once you're accepted, sends you a form, which is I-20 form. You'll have to fill that out and apply through the website, just the same one you applied for your tourist visa. You will have to go through the process again. You have to fill out an application. It's very simple to apply, and again, they will have a lot of counseling for you to tell you how to go through that whole thing. So you will receive your student visa in time to start a program. Again, if you're in the country on a different type of visa, there are 2 options for you. You may either change a status to a student visa, or you might have to leave the country to receive a student visa, because not every type of visa may be changed to student visa. So you will have to talk to a lawyer and you will have to kind of judge your particular situation, because if you're a dependent of somebody, you will not be able to change your status to a student visa, but you will be able to still attend the university. But there are a lot of caveats that way. So if you're basically tied to somebody else, unless they change a status, you will not be able to change a status. So that's kind of one issue with the student visa. But otherwise, you will be able to easily get the student visa once you're accepted. What schools give out student visas, and how do I find out if the schools that I want to apply actually would sponsor my visa? That is super easy to find out. Actually, if it's a residency, you would go to your pass application, and all of the information will be in the program section. Same thing on CAPID, all of the information will be on the program website, the page that lists all the programs. If it doesn't say anything, it might, most likely they do give out student visas. If it says for residents only or green card only, green card or permanent residency only, that is your sign that they will not sponsor your student visa. And the problem with that is they don't have a department that would sponsor a student visa. They don't have people there who will help you out. So if you're kind of hoping like maybe you can ask them or just apply anyway, no, the school will not sponsor your visa. They don't have resources to do that. So that's pretty strict on that.
So you guys, I'm going to show you where to find this information on the CAPID website. This is CAPID, not PASS, but PASS will look exactly the same. Here is my baby, so it's a team effort. But basically, here's the page where you click Add Program. And for example, if you go to BU, we know that BU gives out student visas. All of the information here is different every time, so you really have to read into it. And it's kind of not laid out like I wish they would put it out like bullet points here, but you really have to read all of the text that they put up. And here sometimes they put like students are foreign nationals, US citizens, and US permanent residents, which here means that BU does give out student visas because they say foreign nationals, but it's not really obvious, but you have to read into the text. And if we close out of here and we go to this university, for example, this is Missouri, and we have to read the text here again because it's not very laid out over here, but when we read, eligible applicants over here must be US citizens or permanent residents, must have green card with green card number. So that means this university will not give you a student visa. As of when you compare it with BU, they do. If you see no information at all, most likely they will give you a student visa, because if they do require you to be a citizen to apply there, they will actually tell you that here. So don't worry about that. But if you, just in case, just check if you don't see anything written over here that is like point blank, that you have to be a US citizen, if it's kind of up in the air, go to their website and kind of read through over there, just so you don't waste money. It's best to check more than once than to just kind of give them $100 and forget about it and miss out on the application because you're not eligible. So this is where you find that.
Another question that is always asked with the student visas is how long does a student visa last and can I work? With the student visa, you can work on campus. So if you're coming to the United States and you're wondering how you're going to support yourself whilst you are in school, you are allowed to hold a job on campus that will pay you money. What does that mean on campus? It means if you want to work in student resources, or if you want to work in like IT department, help with computers, or literally anything. If you want to work like help to clean grounds, and if they have any listings, that is done by the university. University can employ you whilst you are their student. The issue with that is when you're in dental school, usually there's not much time to be employed. There is literally working from Monday to Saturday, and Sunday you're studying all the time. So I wouldn't be counting that you will be able to work a lot whilst you're on student visa, but it is an option. It is possible to work only on campus. So you will not go outside and just find a job as a dental assistant when you're on student visa. That is not allowed, especially if you want to find like a job in a private clinic. That is not allowed. Plus, if you do go and find a job and they kind of pay you, you know, under the table and without hiring you legally, if the government finds out, and they do have ways to find out if you were employed, they will reject your future visa application. So when you're on a student visa, please be careful and don't break any rules, because again, that could jeopardize your future work visa applications. Once you graduate the dental school, you get a year, 1 year, to file an application for a work visa, any other kind of student visa, marriage visa, any other visa, or leave the country. So you will have a year of just staying in the country after your graduation, which is wonderful, and it is enough time to actually receive further status in the United States. In that time, you are allowed to work, you are allowed to find a job. We will discuss work visas a little bit more in my future video, the next one. That will make the process a little bit more understandable. You get expelled, and if you don't finish your program, you will lose your visa. So if you get expelled, you will not be able to stay for a year, and you will not get that OTP is what it's called. You will not get that. You will have to leave the country. So you cannot get expelled, basically. If you think that you apply for a visa for 2 or 3 years and then you leave and then you get expelled and then you will have an extra year, no, you will actually have to leave the country right away, because the visa was sponsored by university and it will be terminated. That is really all I have to say about student visas. They're pretty straightforward, very easy to deal with, again, because you have the support of the school. When you are any other type of visa, you're kind of on your own. The school really, once you get in, takes you under its wing and makes sure you are okay and will be able to stay in the country legally. If you have any more questions about student visas, please leave them in the comments, because I feel like this video is a little bit short. Again, the process is very straightforward. So if you do have any specific question about student visa, leave it in the comment and I will answer it there or make a separate video on that. So hopefully you found it helpful. Please stay tuned for my next video, which is going to be all about work visas. And if you need help of a lawyer, you have one in the description of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.